That's right, Alex Jones coming here to you live from the prison planet. I'm going to tell you, we got a lot of crazy stuff going on in our country right now. I'm really sorry that I couldn't be here for Halloween. I was taking my kids out trick-or-treating, and I tell you, you got to watch these bastards out there. I mean, I live in a pretty affluent neighborhood, you know, not a lot of illegal immigrants and such, and I'll tell you, I sat there and, like, even with that, my kids came home, I sat there and I inspect all their candy, because you know about this, they'll put razor blades in apples, they'll do all sorts of crazy crap, and you know what I end up finding? My little son, 5-year-old boy, tears in his eyes, strong manly kid, comes up to me with his Snickers bar, and he's like, Daddy, I think there's a rip in this wrapper, and I took a look, and sure enough, somebody had tampered with this candy. I sat there, ripped off the wrapper, cracked open there, and instead of nuts and nougat, you know what was in there? Liberalism. My son almost ate liberalism. You gotta be careful around these shysters, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what neighborhood you're in, you can sit there and be in the nicest, whitest place in America, and you can still end up with somebody trying to poison your child on Halloween with leftist propaganda. Now, let's see what we got going on, speaking of leftist propaganda in the news here. All right, let's see. Girls' schools are still offering something special. Head. Now, I don't understand what's going on here, because the entire thing is that the way that this is worded is extremely off-putting to me, and I'm going to tell you, by the looks of the smile on this woman in the photo, apparently the head is working out for her. Now, you sit there and you talk about the corruption of our children. They're sitting there and they're putting litter boxes in schools for kids that want to be cats. Now all of a sudden they're performing cunnilingus. I'm going to ask you, if you're sitting there and you're letting your kids believe that they're pussies or eat pussy, you are ending up in a world of hurt as far as this goes. Now, over here, we've got statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after the age of 25. Now, this is why statistics are important, is because if you didn't realize that, I mean, in all honesty, the drop-off rate for teen pregnancy used to be in its 40s, so I'm glad that we're down to 25 now, because I'll tell you, these 25-year-old teenagers walking around wearing these slutty outfits, I mean, I don't even know what to do anymore, because you sit there and you go to a bar, and boom, you could get somebody teen pregnant at the age of 21. And I don't think anybody wants that. That's why I ID every teenage 30-year-old that I come into contact with. I sit there and they pull out their ID, sitting there at 25, sorry, I can't get teen pregnant. I mean, it's not something that I can do. You don't want to sit there and have teen pregnancy amidst post-college graduates. It's a plague, and it's being promoted by liberal media. Now, next up, here we got a man was arrested after cops spot suspiciously small package in his undies. And I'm going to tell you there, I've never run into this before. This is a situation that I absolutely cannot fathom. I can't relate to it. I don't understand why the news is posting anything that I can't believe in, because the news is there fundamentally to sit there and let me know what it is that I should believe in. And I can't agree with this, because any time that I've been caught with a small package in my undies, I just tell the cops it's not mine. They'll sit there and they'll try, well, it's attached to you, sir. And I'm like, no, it's not. Are you suggesting that this is my package? I don't think so. My package is righteous. It is thunderous. It is veiny. And it looks like a baby's arm that is holding a small plum. Now, I know that that's a little weird. Most people say apple, but you have to understand my shaft just kind of goes directly into the head. That's neither here nor there. The point is this man is getting arrested because his package is suspiciously small. I'm going to tell you something. I bet you that man, his package is small because he sat there and was raised in one of these girls' schools that's sitting there and offering head to people. And so he just goes there. He's like, well, I'm close enough to a woman because of my small package. And then the next thing you know, he's sitting there getting head from girls. And guess what that gets you? Teen pregnant at 25. Now, we've got to keep this show going. We've got to keep the lights on here. I mean, you've already heard about our numerous bankruptcy filings. I owe this company that's owned by these other people whose last name name is also Jones, $50 million. I can't say anything to that. I don't know these people. I was raised by them, but I mean, we've never really had any kind of in-depth talks. So I'm going to sit there and just say, it's just a company. That is not me trying to hide my money from any kind of litigation. But because of all this money that I owe to my nutraceutical companies, I got to keep selling them so that I owe them more, so that, my bankruptcy can sit there and just, really, really go through, make my liquid assets illiquid. That way I can piss it all away. What do we got?
Alex, today we have the Pounding Fathers.
Okay, so the Pounding Fathers, let me tell you this. You want to talk about big packages that come in small packages? These pills, very tiny, very potent though. And the Pounding Fathers, if you want to sit there and you want to get back into that mindset that made this country rise up, like in the musical Hamilton, and you want to know what it's like to have, it must be nice to have Washington on your side. And I'll tell you, this is how we make these pills. We have ransacked the graves of the Founding Fathers, and we have ground their bones into a fine, snortable powder that we then put into pill form. And you can take this, and I'll tell you, you can feel what it was like to be back there in the foundation of America, when things were pure, before we had all of this weird casting where you've got all these old white people played by urban actors. Yeah, I don't know. The songs are catchy. I'm just saying, you could have cast Tom Cruise. I don't understand why we're doing this Lin-Manuel Miranda person, whoever he is. But I'm telling you, you sit there, you can either take this pill, swallow it. Now when you drink something that's got to be old mead, you've got to sit there in order for this pill to be fully effective and imbibe you with the spirit of the Founding Fathers. You have to make homemade honey mead and drink it from a wooden cask in order for this pill to take effect. Or you can chop it up and snort it through specifically a $2 bill. Otherwise, all bets are off. But I tell you, you follow those instructions and you will feel as hard as it was to sit there and wrest this country away from Britain. All right, next we got a widow wins the right to use dead husband's frozen sperm. She still needs okay of the hospital ethics committee. Now, I don't even get why this is a headline, because the whole thing is her dead husband's frozen sperm. Who else is that going to belong to? What, it was kids want it? Have you seen what it looks like in that jar? Have you seen his kids? They're not pretty, I'll tell you. I don't understand what this woman wants to do making more of these mongoloid demon babies. I tell you, they look like goblins. They look like demon goblins. They act like they're possessed. And hey, if she wants to sit there and get teen pregnant, I'm assuming she's probably under 25. I'm guessing she killed her husband. If she wants to get teen pregnant, I guess that's her call. All right, and lastly, tight end returns after colon surgery. Now, I'm not sure if that's accurate, because while that may be his position, I'm telling you, he's not a tight end anymore. And you can tell just by the fact that he had to go in for colon surgery. What's that all about? What's going on in his tight end is my question. And my thing is, I'm going to tell you, I think it's liberal elites. I think that this man has been seduced by the dark side of the government, and he has given in to his primal urges to bend over in front of other men and do stuff with their butts in the locker room. I'm not judging him. It's just not for me. And I'm going to tell you, if he needed that colon surgery, he is not returning as a tight end. I guarantee you he is now a wide receiver. Thank you.
God damn it. That was fucking perfect. You know what the really sad thing is? I am caffeinated, I'm sober, and I still didn't see that coming. Thank you very much for watching the New World Order broadcast. And just remember, we are watching you too.
Someone is watching. There are strangers